All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises, our glory, our honors unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Zion One, once again, for GMS Atlanta, with another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And also Shalom to the hopeful 144,000. Well, I guess I'll go in and say you got breaking news. You got over 13,000 killed in this plan, right? You can see here more than 13,300 killed in Gaza since war began. So, things are heating up with the coming war of Armageddon. But what I want to get into is this article here from Al Jazeera dealing with the arrows that are prophesied in the book of Jeremiah and also in the Apocrypha in 2nd Ezra. Okay. So it says Iran unveils upgraded hypersonic missile as Khamenei touts Israel failure. And you know that, man. Bear me 1 second.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored 1844 Ryan 222.
All right, yeah, just had to move for a second. So this is dealing with the hypersonic nuclear missiles. And when you read Joel 3rd chapter, it talks about these nations gathering up for war. Okay? So it says the Iranian show of force comes amid heightened U.S. military presence in the region after Israel began bombing Gaza. All right. It's from November 19, 2023. It says Iran has unveiled an upgraded version of its hypersonic missile in a military exhibition for the country's supreme leader. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Sunday visited a university run by the Aerospace Division of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in Tehran, where a more advanced version of the Fatah hypersonic missile was put on display along with an array of arms, including the Iranian-made Gaza drone. So these countries in the Middle East, which when you think about them, America and their propaganda, they'll put them out there as just a bunch of wild men in robes and turbans living like farmers. But now you have it in modern times. They're gaining nuclear missile technology, okay, which can compete with the American military, the U.S. military, all right? Now, I mentioned Joel, the 3rd chapter, okay? So let me get that, because this is all building up to what I mentioned earlier, War of Armageddon. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So these nations, the Gentiles, they're preparing for war. Okay? Now, the Middle East has been in a state of war for decades. But now they're preparing for this major Third World War. Okay? It says, wake up the mighty men. The mighty men are your military men, your army men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. This is why you see the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. They do their military marches and their parades, just like Russia. That's prophecy being fulfilled, waking up those army men. Verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords. They're no longer a herding, farming nation. Now they're an army building nation. Okay? Beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Not just Iran, but you got India, China, North Korea, Japan, all these countries that were at one point weaker than the U.S., all right, Babylon the Great. Now they are getting to the point where they are able to compete with the U.S. and these major world superpowers, mainly by coming together in these coalitions with other superpowers like Russia. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither, which that word means there, cause thy mighty ones, which are the angels of the Lord, to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit, who? The Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So why are we seeing these military movements around the world? Because the Lord is going to send them into the Middle East, which you already have this Israel-Gaza war, all right? Over 13,000 killed, plus the other wars that have been there since the late 80s, early 90s, until the 2000s. You have all these nations being gathered, and the pinpoint of war is the focal point in the Middle East, okay? That's the Lord doing this. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. All these nations are wicked because they all had a hand in putting the Israelites, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans over here in America, the Western Hemisphere, for putting us in captivity, slavery, and destroying us as a nation throughout history in one way, shape, or form. Verse 14, multitudes of what? Multitudes of these military, all right, militaries in the valley of decision. That's what Jehoshaphat means. The Lord's judgment or the Lord's decision. For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, is near in the valley of decision. And it's near. Okay? So now you got these nations able to get these hypersonic missile technologies. It says now back in the article, a new version of the Shahed series of unmanned aerial vehicles and an upgraded version of the 9-day missile defense system, capable of launching short to medium range projectiles, were also unveiled. That's them saying they are strong. The IRGC, in addition, displayed a new missile defense system called Miran, which is said to employ solid fuel missiles. Iran had first unveiled the missiles in June, joining a small club of countries, including China and Russia, which have weapons capable of traveling long distances with strong maneuverability. The Iranian state media said the Fatah-2 missile is a hypersonic glide vehicle, HGV, a projectile that glides to its target after the initial launch, offering substantially more maneuverability compared to a ballistic warhead. Coming in the truth years ago, okay, going back to the 2000, early 2000s, right? When brothers were coming into the truth after the apostles of GMS appeared on YouTube, we always were taught and then also speaking about, the intercontinental ballistic missiles that were, ground to air launched, all right, that could reach another country depending on where you were within 45, 30 minutes. But now within the last 5 to 10 years, since I can say I myself have been teaching and bringing these prophecies out, the upgraded missile technology, the missile technology has upgraded from just your I would say your modern regular intercontinental ballistic missile to now you have hypersonic ballistic missiles, okay? Intercontinental missiles that can travel from one country to the next, thousands of miles, hundreds of miles. So the technology of the missile has upgraded because I've been in the truth. Since a lot of us have been in the truth. So now this has to be what Yahweh Bashar Shah had the ancient prophet see or saw. And this has to be what we see now. It says the Iranian state media said the Fatah 2 missile is a hypersonic glide vehicle, a projectile that glides to its target after the initial launch, offering substantially more maneuverability compared to a ballistic warhead, traveling in a more predictable arc pattern. They said the missile is capable at moving at Mach 15 with a range of 870 miles. So you talking about going from Iran to the state of Israel would be no time, nothing. All right, to the west, these NATO countries, which is the beast prophesied in Revelation the 13th chapter, the fourth beast, the fourth kingdom prophesied in Daniel. All right. And it says that they want to upgrade to over 1,200 miles. It says which would effectively cover the distance to Iran's regional archenemy, Israel. So this is heavy news. Okay. Now I mentioned about the arrows in the scriptures. Right. So let's get Jeremiah. Right. Jeremiah. Let me get 51. And let's see what the Spirit takes me on this. Okay, here we go. This is Jeremiah 51. This whole chapter. Jeremiah 51 and let's see. I want to get these arrows. Okay, so I'll go back to the beginning of the chapter and I get the scripture. This is Jeremiah 51. And 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Babylon is talking about U.S. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. And we know that America is at a place of disrepair. All right, when it comes to these missiles. All right. You can't come back after the destruction. But also economically, all right, you can't bring this place back. Morally, you can't bring this place back. It's a place of confusion. That's why it's known as Babylon. Babylon, it goes back to the Hebrew word babal, which means what? Confusion. Right? Babylon, the Hebrew word babal in the Strongs, which means what? Biblical usage, confusion, mixing. You get all kind of people, all kind of philosophies here. So this is the spiritual Babylon here in the U.S. All kinds of ways of life, right? So you can't heal this place. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country. And we're seeing how, racial tensions at an all-time high, religious tensions at an all-time high, but this is supposed to be the great melting pot. But everything is not melting together. It's like water and oil separating. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. So now the Lord is going to judge this place. Verse 10, the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness, who? The Israelites, right? Who the media calls us the BHI, but we're just Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. And that is why you see the brothers and apostles, the leaders, the teachers, the men, the prophets, the priests teaching these prophecies. Verse 11, make bright the arrows. The arrows are your missiles. Gather the shields, the defense systems. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, starting with Russia, the north country. For his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. So just like the old saying goes, vengeance is the Lord's. Well, this is what it is. The vengeance is the Lord's. And he is going to destroy the place of the captivity of the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay? And deliver the elect and the chosen. So this is heavy news that this is being brought out, which means that things are speeding up. You also got the MOTB, the C-hip device in the forehead and the brain. That's being developed by different companies, starting with Neuralink, Elon Musk, and then you have other companies and also other infrastructures like the National Digital IDs, CBDCs, branching out around the world. So we're in the time of this man's society coming to an end. So with that, all praises go to Yahweh Bashmi Al Shai, by Shemer Kakwadash. Shalom.